Om Bhadram Karnevi Shrunuyama Deva Bhadram Pashe Makshabhir Yajatra Sthirairangai Tuštavansas Tanubi Vyashema Deva Hitam Yadayu Swastina Indro Vruddashrava Swastina Pusha Vishwaveda Swastina Starksho Arishtanemi Swastino Brahaspatir Dadatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are studying here Muṇḍaka Upanishad, and in the first Muṇḍaka, first section, we were reading the sixth mantra, and we shall read that again, find the connection, and then read the commentary. Yattad adreshyam agrahyam agotram avarnam achakshushrotram tad apani padam nityam vibhum sarvagatam susukshmam tad avyayam yad bhutayonim paripashyanti dhiraha. The question is like this, that Shaunaka, the great householder, went to Angiras, Rishi, and asked him a question. Kasminu bhagavo vidyate sarvam idam vidyatam bhavati. Knowing what, revered sir, all this will become known. And we found that it means that Shaunaka, due to evolution of his consciousness, has felt that there is a common reality between the subject and object, common reality between all the objects, common reality of this world. He has felt that there is a common reality of the world, and if I can experientially know that common reality, if I can experience the nature of that common reality, then I will not have to make effort to know this or know that, because it is a common reality. So everything will become known to me. That was his question. That shows the position of this sadhak. Now, Angiras has understood immediately, completely, what he has felt and what he has not felt. So he tells him that knowledge is of two kinds. Up till now we know subject knowing objects. But if there is a reality common between the subject and object, that will be my reality also. And how can I objectify my reality? So the knowing of that reality will be of a very different nature than subject knowing the object. And if subject knows the objects, it is called aparavidya. He first says there is a paravidya and there is an aparavidya. Paravidya means real supreme knowledge. And aparavidya means relative knowledge, which is wrong knowledge. Because in reality, there is no split between subject and object. So subject knowing the object is a wrong knowledge. And entire knowledge, what we know, belongs to that domain. So it is not that science is lower, no. What is, after telling there is a supreme knowledge and there is a lower knowledge or wrong knowledge or secondary knowledge, he tells the secondary knowledge first. Apara, Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samveda, Atharva Veda, and the 6 Vedangas, with the help of which we know how to understand the meaning of the Vedas, how to do the karma told in the Vedas, that is called the Vedangas. So the entire gamut of subtler knowledge is avidya, aparavidya. Then what is paravidya? Paravidya cannot be defined by a name of any book. So parayaya tad aksharam adhigamyate. Para is that by which the unchanging reality can be known. Paraya tadaksharam adhigamyate. Adhigamyate means fully known, realized, made your own. That is what he is seeking. So, the knowledge is of a different type. You have to identify yourself with that. That is the type of knowledge there. So, para cannot be defined by the name of any book whatsoever, because many things are required there. Shankaracharya has shown that it requires tremendous vairagya, first of all, dispassion toward this lower knowledge, dispassion toward this world which is made of subject and objects. And you must go to a guru for that. And the guru will teach you how to attain that knowledge. So that knowledge is not books. That knowledge is what the guru teaches. And guru's teaching will function in a mind which has tremendous dispassion. So that is the nature of Paravidya. So it depends upon the nature of the reality to be known. And that it tells in short in this sixth mantra. Yet that which is what? Adreshyam. We cannot see it. That which is not seeable. That which is not an object of the vision. And here vision represents all the jnanendriyas, all the sense organs by which we know things, that it will not be available to it. Because there we know subject knowing the object, and it is not of that type. It is not an object to be known by any sense of knowledge. Agrayam. Agrayam means karmendriyas. It cannot be attained or known by walking up to that. It cannot be known by catching that. It cannot be known by describing that. It cannot be known by the use of any organ of action. So, it is not an object at all. Agotram. Gotram means from where it has come. What is its origin? So, by knowing an origin, we can know a thing. But it has no origin. It has no origin. It is not a limited thing which has come out of something. So it has no origin. How to know it? A varnam, it cannot be described also. There are no letters or words to describe it. Almost impossible to know. But the effort should be in a different direction. This describing and knowing a thing is not the way to know it. That is all about objects. Then the organs by which we know things. A chakshushrotram, it does not have eyes, or it is not eyes, it is not ears, it does not have eyes or ears. So that is not the nature of that reality. Tad apanipadam. Similarly, karmendriyas is not the nature of the reality. A person having karmendriyas is not the nature of the reality. So, pani means hand, padam means feet. It has no hands and feet. It is not hands and feet. It has no hands and feet. Then, nityam, it is indestructible, permanent. It is something which is already there. It has not to be invented. It is something which is already there and it is eternally, unchangingly present. Vibhum, it appears in all the multifarious types, right from Brahma up to a blade of grass and stalks and stones and whatnot, is its appearance. It appears as everything of this world. Sarvagatam, it is all pervading. It has gone into everything. That means it is the reality of everything. It is all pervading. It pervades I, you, me, she, it, and all the objects. But why do we do not see it? Susukshmam. Sukshma is that which is not available to the senses. Then something is available to the mental imagination or to a subtler perception of the yogis. But it is susukshmam, subtler than the subtlest. So not available as an object, cannot be known by the senses, cannot be known by the mind, cannot be known by the intellect, cannot be known by the eye consciousness. So that is the nature of the reality. That avyayam, absolutely unchanging or never will get reduced. It will be as it is. Now, all this is like impossible. They say, searching for what? A black cat in a dark hole, if it is there. No, it is not like that. The sages, paripashyanti dhiraha, those who discriminate, those wise people who discriminate, who can see what is real and what is unreal, they see it from all sides. They see it completely. They have the fullest experience of it as bhutayonim, as the source of the entire world, as the maintainer of the entire world, as the place of dissolution of the entire world, especially the origin of the entire world. So, it is the creator who has seen it is being described as nirguna, beyond everything, and yet saguna, that means all-pervading, creator of everything, that is its real nature. And such reality, by what it will be known, that is Paravidya. So Paravidya is defined as that by which the reality will be known. And the nature of the reality is of this type, that it is absolutely transcendent and it is absolutely immanent. It is absolutely all-pervading. It is the creator of the entire world. That reality, how will you know? You will have to have tremendous vairagya. You will have to have dispassion for the whole world, and you will have to go to a guru. He will show you how to train your mind, how to train your physical habits, how to train your mental habits, how to change your consciousness, habits of your consciousness. And if your consciousness is molded in a particular way, then it will automatically shine. So it is not a knowledge of the books. That is the nature of the reality. Now let us see what Shankaracharya has to say about it. Adreshyam. We read this introduction. Yatha vidhi vishaye कर्त्रादि अनेक कारक उपसंहार द्वारेण वाक्यार्थ ज्ञान कालात् अन्यत्र अनुष्ठेयो अर्थो अस्ति अग्निहोत्रादि लक्षणो न तथा ये पर विद्या विषये. It is not the knowledge of the type of karmakand. Vidhi vishay, that means the karmakand of the Vedas, the ritualistic portion of the Vedas, or that portion of the Vedas which asks us to do something, is called vidhi vishay. There what are necessary? Kartadi aneka karaka upasamhara dvarena. A doer is necessary there. Somebody to do. A man having the consciousness that I am the doer, that is the first essential thing there. Without that, how can anything be done? And then there are so many factors of associated with a verb, that is called karaka. I eat. What do you eat? Mango. How do you eat? By my mouth. For what you eat? For my own satisfaction. From where did you get that mango? From such and such a place. That mango is from where you got it is from a tree. Where did you get it? In my garden. So all these are called karakas related to the verb I eat. So in karma, all these karakas are there. Upasamhara dvarena. That means you have to collect all these karakas together. Vakyartha jnana kalat anyatra. We have understood what the Vedas have told. Then at some other time, anushtayo artha asti. You will have to practice the meaning of that Vedavakya. Agnihotradi lakshana. Some ritual prescribed in the Vedas. Na tatha ye paravidya vishay. That is not so. Distinguishing between the lower knowledge and the higher knowledge, that here it is not so. Paravidya vishay. In the context of the supreme knowledge, it is not so. Vakyartha jnana samakale eva tu parevasito bhavati. If you can catch the meaning of the sentence of the Jnanakanda, if you can catch the meaning of the sentences of Vedanta, if you can catch the meaning of what the Guru is telling you, then at that moment itself, your consciousness gets changed and you know it. There you will have to know and then do something with the help of so many factors, and then only that meaning becomes revealed. Here, the moment the meaning is revealed by the proper listening, necessary then proper thinking, meditation. But if that knowledge comes to you, the meaning of the sentence of the scripture or the meaning of the sentence uttered by the Guru, if that is revealed in you, then you get your reality, then you know the reality. Kevala Shabda Prakashitartha Jnana Matra Nishtha Vyatirikta Bhavat. One thing may be necessary, that you will get the glimpse, you will get the knowledge as a glimpse, and then you will have to be steadfastly attached to that. You will have to steadfastly practice, you may say, steadfastly attached to that. Kevala Shabda Prakashita Artha Jnana. That means only the knowledge revealed by the meaning of the words used. Nishtha. Steadfastness in that. Vyatirikta abhava. Other than that, there is no other knowledge. Knowledge is only in the steadfastness of catching the meaning of the word described in the scriptures or by the Guru. Tasmad iva param vidyam savisheshanena aksharena vishinashti. So here what is to be done? How the Paravidya is to be told? By telling the nature of that reality with all its adjectives. Savisheshanena, along with all its qualities, along with all its adjectives, that Akshara, the unchanging reality, has to be told. Yatta tadrisham ityadina. For that is this sixth mantra. Vakshamanam buddhav samritya siddhavat paramrishate yatta diti. That which means as if it is experienced. Guru is experiencing that, and he expects that by his telling we will experience that. So it is described as a matter of direct experience, as if it is present before us, because it is present. And that is the description. Adreshyam means adreshyam. Sarvesham buddhindriyanam agambam ityetat. Unavailable to all the senses of knowledge. Drisher bhahi pravrittasya panchendriya dvarakatvat. Drishe means the seeing, or all the indriyas are about the external objects through all the five senses of organs. That is how the drishti functions, and it is not available to that drishti. Agrayam karmendriya avishayamiti etat, and agraya means not available to the organs of action. Agotram, gotram anvayo moolam iti anantartaram, agotram ananvayam iti artha. Gotram is anvaya, that means what is inside, moolam, what is its origin. There is no other meaning of the word gotram. Anarthantaram means no other meaning comes out of the word gotram. Agotram means ananvayam iti artha. It is not constituted by something, that is anvaya. It has no root from which it has come, that is amulam. So, nahi tasya moolam asti yena anvitam syat. It has no origin which is included in that, which is filled with that. Like from cotton, a cloth is made. The cotton as threads is present throughout the cloth. That is called moolam and anvaya. So it is nothing from which it has come, or nothing there is which is included in that. Varnante iti varna, dravya dharma, sthulatvadaya, shuklatvadayova. Varnam means the words used for description. And what is that description? The qualities of some substance. What type of qualities? Fat or weak or white or black. These are the types of qualities. It has no qualities of this type, so it cannot be described by words. Avidyamana varna yasya tad avarnam aksharam. That unchanging reality has nothing by which it can be described. So it is avarnam. Achakshu shrotam, chakshuscha shrotram cha nama rupa vishaye karane sarvajantu nam te avidyamane yasya tada chakshu shrotram. Bahuri samas. Achakshu means a person with eyes. It is not a person with eyes. It is not a person with ears. Now, what does this eyes and ears do? Something which has a name and something which has a form, that is only caught by the eyes and ears. But only organs of any beings. But it is not of that type. Yes, sarvajna sarvavititi chetanavatu visheshanat praptam sansarinam eva chakshu shrotradivi karnir artha sadhakatvam tadya chakshu shrotam iti varyate pashyati achakshu sa shrunoti akarna ityadi darshanat. Now, what is the implied meaning of that achakshu and shrotram? That he is all-knower, it is told. Here it is not told, but somewhere it will be told that we will know that it is all-knower and all-powerful. And he knows everything in general and he knows all the particulars. So we know everything by our organs. We know all the particulars by our organs. So like the men who are transmigrating, of that type, something will come to our mind. But that is being negated. He is not a person who uses his eyes or ears to see. But that does not mean that he is unconscious. He is conscious. Pashyati achakshu. He sees everything without eyes. He hears everything without ears. So he is all knowledge, not through organ. Again the same thing, not subject knowing object. Because he is all and he is full of knowledge, so he knows all. Kimchatat, moreover, tad apanipadam karmendriya rahitam iti. It has no organs of action. Yat evam agrayam agrahakam cha. So it is neither the object nor the subject nor the organs of knowledge. Ato nityam. If this is of an object or subject type, they get destroyed. So it is neither of the subject nor object type. So automatically we understand that it is something unchanging, avinashi, indestructible. Vibhum, vividam brahmadi sthavaranta pranivedir bhavati iti vibhum. Vibhum, that means becomes of many types. Right from Brahma, the cosmic reality, right up to plants or stocks and stones, he becomes. Vedir bhavati iti vibhum. So that reality becomes all. Sarvagatam, vyapakam, akashavat, akashavat, pervading like the sky, pervading like the space. Susukshmam, shabdadi stulota karana rahitatvat. What is sthul? We hear something. So that is gross. We touch something. So it becomes grosser. We see something. So it is still grosser. We taste something. So it is very gross. We smell something. So it is very, very gross. So these are the causes of being gross or sthul. Tad abhavat, none of them are present there. We cannot see, hear, touch, smell, taste. Kimchatat avyayam ukta dharmattvadeva na vyeti ityam. Because of these characteristics, there is nothing by which it can get reduced away. Now, reduction is of what types? So, no type of reduction. Nai anangasya swangapachaya lakshano vyaya sambhavati sharirasya iva. Now, body has several parts. So, they decay. But it does not have any parts. So, no question of one part being decayed. Napi koshopachaya lakshano vyaya sambhavati rajnaiva. Or if there is a king, he has a lot of treasury, and that treasury may be lost. So he is not a subject possessing object by which it will become a loss. Napi gunadvarako vyaya sambhavati agunatvat sarvatmakatvat cha. Now, man is very intelligent, and he may lose his intelligence. He is beautiful. He may lose his beauty. So there is no qualities attached to it because he is all. No quality means because he is all. So if you say he is white, then he is not black. If you say red, then he is not green. But because he is all, so there is no quality particular. Yad evam lakshanam of this nature, bhuta yonim, bhutanam karanam, prithvi eva sthavarajangamanam. Now, the earth is the cause of all the stationary and moving objects. It is not a cause of bhutanam karanam. Yadevam lakshanam, it is. Oh, okay. It is the cause of all beings. Example he gives that earth is the cause or support of so many things. So like that, he is the cause of everything, support of everything. Paripashyanti sarvata atmabhutam sarvasya aksharam pashyanti dhira dhimato yekina. They see, paripashyanti means see from all sides. That means they identify themselves and see. And they see that it is identified by you with everything. They see it as identified with themselves and as identified with everything. That is how they see it. Dhira, dhimato, vivekina, idrisham aksharam yaya vidya adhigamyate sa paravidya iti samudayartha. So the sum total meaning is that this type of akshara, by that knowledge by which this is known, is paravidya. So I would say Shankara has not given enough emphasis to that thing, that it is the cause of everything. Now, but the next mantra will tell us. If Shankara has not emphasized this, Shruti itself will emphasize. So in the same mantra, Nirguna and Saguna are described, but then followed by many mantras for Saguna Brahma as the creator of this universe. How it creates? Now, there is no reason or rationality of his being the creator. There is no reason applicable to how he creates. The only way to know or understand how it creates is through examples. So, yathorna navi srujate grunnate cha yatha prithiviyam oshadaya sambhavanti yatha sata purushat kesha lomani tatha aksharat sambhavati vishwam. There is that spider, Urna Navi. Navi means from the navel, it brings out the thread. So that is called spider, Urna Navi. Surujate. It brings out from itself and makes a net. Grunatecha. But it is not perfected, or after some time it swallows it back. So, creator was told, here it is added that creator, preserver and destroyer. And from itself. The meaning is that it is not a potter making pot out of clay. No. It is from itself that it manifests the world. It does not require a material to create the world. Neither is it a material which requires a person to create from that. It itself becomes all this. It itself, from itself, brings out all this. So the first example tells us it is Nimitta Upadan Karan, the creator and the material from which it is created. It is Chetan because Urnanavi is Chetan. So that is what is told by the first example. Yatha Prithivyam, Prithvi appears to be Jada, dull matter, but Oshadaya, the trees are life, trees are living, and the trees come out of that. Plants and trees come out of earth. Though earth appears to be material, and the living things come out of it. So appearance may be of a different type, but it is the cause of everything. Other opposite type of example, man is a living being, but from that hairs and smaller hairs throughout the body, Kesha Lomani, Sata Purusha. Sata means a living being. A person who is a living being. From that, these dead material things come out, the hairs and the smaller hairs. Tatha. So, by these examples, you have to understand that this whole world, Vishwa means the world of varieties, Aksharat Sambhavati. From the unchanging reality, all this comes out. So, how, why, when? So this reason cannot be applied there. The Rishis' experience is that they experience their so paripashyanti dhira. So in a Nirvikalpa Samadhi, they see, they experience the absolute transcendent reality. And from there they see the world is coming out. So they see that the world comes out of that. That is their experience. Now to understand this experience, examples are useful. You cannot apply logic there. Logic is applied where there are many things, but it is one without a second. So logic cannot be applied there. Then how to catch it? Through examples. So, and examples have been exhaustive. The first example tells it is a conscious being and it does not require material from itself. It brings out the whole world and also it swallows it back. In the second, we are told that though earth is matter, it brings out living things. So, he is consciousness, but all the things which appear unconscious to us also are coming out of it. And that is more specifically told in the third example, that the living being, living Purusha, from that dead material, hairs and small hairs come out. In this way, everything comes out of him. Shankaracharya says, Bhuta Yoni Aksharam iti Uktam. That Akshara Purusha is the source of every world. That has been told. Tat Katham Bhuta Yonitvam iti Uchyate. In what way it can be understood to be the source of the world? Iti Uchyate Prasiddha Drishtantai. Is being told through famous, well-known examples. Yatha loke prasiddham urna nabir luta kita kinchit karanantaram anapeksha swayameva srujate swa sharira avyatirektan eva tantun vai prasarayati. So it is well known that the spider, without expecting anything outside, itself brings out. Srujate is another word important. Srujate is not equivalent to English word creation. Creation implies something out of nothing is created. Srujate means spread. That is the meaning of the word Srujate. It spreads out. So it itself spreads out. So sharira avyatirektan eva tantun. Fibers which are not different from its own body. Vai prasarayati brings outside, spreads outside. Punah taneva grunnate cha grunnati swatma bhavam eva apadayati. And then it will take them. Take them means swallow them, means make them again identified with itself. Yatha cha, another example, Prithvyam Oshadayo Vyadi Savaranta iti artha. So from Prithvi, this food stuff, rice and barley and all that, and the big trees even. Swatma Vetirikta eva prabhavanti. They are not different from earth. From earth itself they come out. Yatha cha sato vidyamana jivata purushat, and from a real living man, Keshalomani, Keshacha Lomani cha Sambhavanti Vilakshanani. Different characteristics. From a living man, dead thing, from an apparently material earth, living things, so that it appears. Yatha ete drishtanta, tatha vilakshanam salakshanam cha nimittantara anapekshat yathokta lakshanad aksharat sambhavati. So according to these examples, same type and different type, without any external cause, from that akshara which has been described, they come out. Samutpaddate iya sansara mandale. They are created as if in this world. Vishwam samastam jagat. The whole world of varieties comes out like that. Aneka drishtanta upadanam tu sukhartha pravodanartham. Many examples are used so that easily we can catch its nature. Tapasa chiyate brahma tato annam abhijayate annat prano mana satyam loka karmasu chamrutam. Now the order of creation is being told in a way. Suddenly, as you hold some grains in the hand and you throw it, that type is not this spreading. In a particular order, the spreading takes place. So that is told. Tapasa chiyate brahma. Tapasa here means consciousness. Chiyate means swells. What is the meaning of swells? Brahman has no dimension. Brahman has no dimension, but when the will to create comes, then it gets dimension. That is chiyate. Brahman swells. That means Brahman becomes with dimensions when it thinks of creating Brahman. Tato annam avijayate. From that matter comes out. Brahman swells and from that matter comes out annat prano. And from matter, energy grows. Mana. Prana is the name of energy. Prana is the name of life force. Prana is the name of the cosmic Purusha. And from that, mind comes out. The subtler mind comes out. The instrument of creation comes out further. Satyam. Satyam is the matter which we experience. Annam is the matter which is subtler matter, subtler energy. And then mind, the instrument of creating the gross. And then Satyam means the gross world which we see. Loka. Then people will do some work and they will get some result. And those results will be places of abode, Swarga, Martya, Patal, like that. So all the abodes come out. Karma Sucha, Amrutam, and Cha means the work comes out from that, and the sure result of work is called Amrita. So the sure result of work comes out. This is how the world is created. So vast site of creation. Yad Brahmana Utpadyamanam Vishwam tad anena kramena utpadyate na yugapad padara mushti prakshipavaditi karma niyama vivakshartoyam mantra arapate. So the examples of creation are given, but it does not come out like a throwing the plums in hand, some smaller fruits in hand and you throw, not of that type. So we expect some order. So that order is being described here. Tapasa jnanena utpatti vididnyataya. The knowledge of how to create is sarvajna. So he does austerities. What is the austerities? He thinks how to create. He knows everything that how to create because he is created cycle after cycle. So eternally. So that knowledge is called here tapasya, penance. Bhuta yoni aksharam brahma, that source of the world which is akshara brahma, chiyate upachiyate. That means as if swells. Utpipada ishat idam jagad ankuramiva bijam uchurnatam gacchati. Example, a seed is there and when the seed is put in the ground, it sprouts. So it swells and sprout comes out. So Brahman gets dimension and then shows the world. Another example given, Uchunatam gacchati putramiva pita harshena. When a father thinks that he will create the son then he swells. So that time, the organ of generation swells when the father wants to create the son. So he gets a dimension. एवं सर्वज्ञतया सृष्टि स्थिति संहार शक्ति विज्ञानवत्तया उपचितात ततो ब्रह्मणो अन्नम अद्यते अन्नम. So because he is all-knower, he knows the creation, preservation and destruction of the world. He has the knowledge and the power to do it. Shakti Vijnanavat. He is the possessor of knowledge and power to do these things. Srishti Sthiti Vijnanavataya Upachita. Through this power he has swelled. Tato Brahmano Annam Annam Adyate Bhujyate iti Annam Avyakrutam Sadharanam Sansarinam Vyachikirshata Avastha Rupena Vijayate Utpadyate. So before the world is created, the indiscrete matter which has not yet assumed form, indiscrete matter, that is produced, that comes out. Though anna means something which is eaten, but here the meaning is that it is the indiscrete matter, sadharanam sansarinam, of all the living beings, that bodies are constituted. Vyachikirshata avastha rupena. That means to be manifested. Indiscrete matter, unmanifested matter will be manifested now. That is called the swelling. Tatasya avyakruta dvyachikirsha avasthata annat prano hiranyagarbho brahmano jnanakriya shakti adhishtita jagat sadharano avidya karma kama karma bhuta samudaya bijankuro jagat atma bijayate iti anushanga. So prana is being described here. Prana is the first form being. That is called Hiranyagarbha, because inside, outside, it is all shining like gold. From that indiscrete matter, or which is to be created, prana means Hiranyagarbha. What is Hiranyagarbha? Brahmano Jnana Kriya Shakti Adhishtita Jagat Sadharana Ityadi Jagat Atma Bijankuro. So the seed of the creation of the whole world, along with the sprout, the Atma, the self of the whole world, is born. The general world, what is the world? Avidya, Kama, Karma, Bhuta, Samudaya. From the wrong knowledge or from the subject-object knowledge, desires come. And from the desires, man does something. And then the creation comes. That is how, that is the nature of the Brahma being told. Prana means all these things. The seed and the sprout of subject-object knowledge, which will lead to desires, and that desire will lead to work, and that work will result into actions. That is the anushanga. That is the implied meaning of that prano jayate. Prana is born. Tasmacha pranat mano manakyam sankalpa vikalpa samshaya nirnayatmakam avijayate. So in that Hiranyagarbha, there is a mind, the universal mind. What is this nature of the mind? We divide mind into mind, intellect, ego, and chitta. So, pros and cons, imagination, doubts, conclusion, like that is the function of the mind. Adi. So many other faculties. In the Aitareya and Brihadaranyaka, mind is described as 10 things. So here, 2 or 3 things, Sankalpa, Vikalpa, Samshaya, Nirnaya, Atmakam, Abhijayate. That is the mind is born. Tatopi, Sankalpadi Atmakan Manasa, Satyam, Satyakhyam, Akashadi Bhuta Panchakam Abhijayate. So first is indiscrete matter, then Pran, the cosmic being, then the mind of the cosmic being. From the mind of the cosmic being, the subtler elements are born. The manifested elements are born. Bhuta Panchakam. They are called Satyam because they will be experienced by us. The matter which we experience is called Satyam. Akashadi, space, air, light, water, earth. So these 5 elements are created. Tasmat Satyakhyat Bhuta Panchakat Andakramena Saptaloka Bhuradaya. So with these 5 elements, they form the egg. And from that egg, what comes out? Saptaloka Bhuradaya. The Bhulok like Prithvi, then Bhuva Swa Mahajana Tapa Satyam, these 7 lokas are created. Teshu Manushadi, I will comment upon one word after I complete this. Manushadi Prani Varnashrama Kramena. Varnashrama Kramena, that means Brahmins is Sattva Guna are born. In the Brihadaranyaka, the description is given. Then the Kshatriyas are born, then the Vaishyas are born, then the Shudras are born, and they become brahmacharis or grasthas or vanaprastha. In that way, the men are born. Karmani, and then they do some work. Karma sucha nimitta bhuteshu amrutam karmajam phalam. Amrita means the fruit of work. Yavat karmani kalpakoti shatairapi navinashanti tavat phalam navinashyati iti amrutam. Why it is called immortal? So long as the karmas are not destroyed, their fruits are not destroyed. And karmas cannot be destroyed except by the knowledge that I am not the doer. So, karmas are not destroyed, fruits are not destroyed. Eternally the world goes on. Now, I would like to comment on one word here especially. And that is the Bhuta Panchakam. That is the 5 elements of matter. I heard some scholars telling that Indian ideas were very gross. Scientists had told about 92 or 100 or more elements. Please understand, the elements which scientists called are no more elements. Because when the nuclear physics was born, they know that elements constitute the atoms of the elements are made of protons, electrons, neutrons, photons, and now God particle and whatnot. So the analysis of 5 subtler elements is experiential analysis, much subtler and much fundamental analysis. How do we know the world except by the 5 senses? Now, if you see something, there must be something. I am telling in a logical way, but that is the vision of the rishis, mind you. To understand, we are using logic, that I am seeing the world. There is something in the world which becomes the object of seeing. Without that, world could not have been seen. There is something in the world which becomes object of my hearing. Otherwise, I could not have heard. There is something in the world which is of the object of touch. There is something in the world which is the object of taste and smell. So these subtler elements having these qualities is a much, much deeper and experiential analysis of the world than 92 or 100 elements. The world is taken to be object by the scientists, and the objects are analyzed. In India, the experience is analyzed. Vedanta and the Indian philosophies are called critique of experience. The scientific view is called critique of object world. So our experience is that we see, feel, touch, hear. So there, from that we conclude rationally. Rishis see that, but we conclude from this rationally that there is something which is the object of being seen. So it is an experiential analysis and much subtler analysis than the gross analysis of the scientists, which they are never able to show us. There is no capacity in science to show us the electrons or protons. That is only hypothetical knowledge. That is only as we call arthapatti, by assuming that we explain certain things of the world. So this is a more fundamental analysis. In this way, the world grows out. The entire thing is the experience of the rishis, then only we can understand it. The rishis, in the previous mantra, it was described that the Brahman, which is absolutely transcendent and fully all-pervading, is seen by the rishis, Dhira, to be the creator of this world. In what way they see the creation of the world? First, the examples were given. In what order they see the creation of the world? This is the order. That first, the indiscrete matter is created. And then Brahma, the Hiranyagarbha, the man or the person who will do the further creation. And then he has a mind. A mind is created, the instrument of his creation. And from the mind, no, that is last mantra. So from the mind, the matter which we see, the matter which we feel, that is comes out. And that is described as these 5 elements. Then the different abodes. This earth is not only the abode. There are various higher locals where people stay. Devatas or Gandharvas or all these people stay there. And they occupy those places according to the work they have done. And the result of work is what they get, and this result is indestructible, unless by knowledge we understand that we are not the doer. So this is the 8th mantra. We shall read the 9th on the next Wednesday. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Deva Bhadram Pashe Makhya Yajatra Stirai Rangai Stushtavanshas Tanubi Vyashema Deva Hitam Yadayu Swastina Indro Vruddashrava Swastina Pusha Vishwaveda Swastina Starkyo Varishtanemi Swastino Brahaspatir Dadatu Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.